Hey you guys, Beth Vitale here, and I am coming to you completely naked-faced right now because we're going to record some first impressions. So I got in my Walgreens.com order, and amongst the things in there, most importantly, was the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. So this is kind of the focus of the video, but I did get some other stuff in, so we're going to try them too. And I will just let you know when we get to things that I've never used before. So let's just go ahead and get started. The first item we are going to use is our tried and trusty Hangover Primer. Before I do that though, I'm going to grab the Vitamin Hydrating Mist from Fab. It doesn't taste good. Don't talk when you spray. I'm using this primer because this is my usual primer, so I know it and trust it. I'm nervous and excited. So to blend out the foundation, we're going to use the foundation brush I usually use, which is the Real Techniques buffing brush. Let's read the directions because I don't know how they actually recommend applying this. Apply a dime-sized amount of product with fingertips or a brush beginning at the center of the face, blending outward. As a concealer, use a small amount of product and apply where additional coverage is needed in a tapping motion until blended. And for those of you wondering, now that I've seen an ingredients list, it has beeswax and is not a vegan formulation, which is news to me because Milani's website has been a little weird. They haven't been updating their, right now if you go to vegan on their website, it just says, check back later, we're updating. So there is that. So I was hoping that it would be a vegan formulation, but it's not. We're going to start with what is actually a little bit more than a pump. So it's a little dark for me, but we can make it work. It's a bummer. I was hoping it would be a perfect match. It smells good. Something smells good. It might be my brush. It might be my brush cleaner that I'm smelling. But it's a little dark for me, sadly, because this is the lightest shade. This is Creamy Vanilla. So two things right off the bat. One, this is way too dark for me. I am getting ready to start self-tanning, so hopefully this will match once I start self-tanning. But I'm very disappointed that the lightest shade is this dark. Like, this is dark. Like, meh. Okay, we're gonna keep going. I'm just gonna blend it down my neck. And I will say, I don't like applying it with this brush. Buffing it out is really hard. So now I'm going to apply some additional coverage in places where I need it. My chin was just looking like it didn't have any foundation on it. This side of my face is broken out right now, so we're going to try tapping on a little extra. It seems like it builds, but I really look like an Oompa Loompa right now. The finish itself looks really nice. It seems like it has a decent amount of coverage, though I will say I still see my freckles showing through, and I still feel like my acne scarring is showing through. So I don't know. I don't know about that. I have bad feelings about this. For concealer today, we're going to try the LA Girl Pro Conceal, and this is the HD High Definition Concealer in Natural. Now, Walgreens does not carry the two lightest shades, but from what I found online, someone compared the color, and you squeeze it up through the top, somebody compared the color of Natural to NW20 from MAC. So I feel like this should match me. Because I always wore NC20 everything in MAC, but that was just because, like, everybody always told me I was yellow instead of being like, no, you're neutral. Try either and see which looks better. So I'm not crazy about this applicator. I know this concealer is super popular, but I'm not crazy about the applicator because I don't know. That seems like it's going to get really gunky really fast. So I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to get it wet. Taking the Acura Hydrating Toner, spraying the top of my beauty blender, and I'm just going to start blending this out. I would agree that this probably is like an NC20 for this color. I'm not immediately impressed with the coverage, but it does already look better. The foundation already looks better with the lighter concealer over top. Okay, so did I just not apply enough? Am I missing something here? Let's try a little more. So it builds nicely. I feel like it looks better now that I added more. I'm sad. So far I'm sad. Okay, so let's set the face. So I like this powder a lot, but it typically makes me a little pale, which we could do with today. We could definitely do with a little bit of paleness. Yeah. Bring down the Oompa Loompa status a little bit. So there we go. As long as I use it with something with a lot of white cast, it starts to look wearable. I still feel a little yellow. I don't know about this concealer at all, guys. Let's set that with a little bit of Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. So I will say I like the texture of both products. The Milani was super hard to blend out for some reason, but like once it was on the skin, it looked nice. We'll use the Wet n Wild Contour Duo, and I'm actually going to highlight and contour with this. I'm going to try to bring down, or I guess bring up the color of my under eyes. That tells you how too dark this foundation is. Usually this powder is the color of my skin. Look, I can contour like real girls do. Just kidding. People always are like, you don't know about contouring because you're so pale. And I'm like, actually, I don't know about highlighting because I'm so pale, but... Okay, so hopefully I have some actual dimension to my face now. Let's go ahead and play with a new blush. I got the Milani Romantic Rose Powder Blush. This one is vegan. And I got it purely... Oh, Megatron's deciding to join us. Hey, buddy. You can get up here and lay down. Go on. Lay down. So I got this because it's supposed to be a dupe for Baby Love, and Baby Love is not a vegan color. Now, first of all, it's really, really pretty, and I'm super excited about it, but I gotta ruin it now. But Baby Love is not a vegan color, so that's the only reason that I would buy that, or buy this instead of just buying the Too Faced one, because I love the texture of the Too Faced ones. It's pretty. It has a nice sheen to it. It's not like shimmery or anything, but it has a really nice like rose satin matte finish. It smells weird. I really like the color, so this was a good purchase. Oh, let's not be silly. Let's use the highlight that we all know I love. Although technically I'm pretty highlighted because the foundation's too dark. I was able to just use the Wet n Wild one. Go figure. This is you know who, if you guys couldn't guess that by the fact that I was like, let's just use that highlight we all know I like. So I have not been able to find my tweezers. I don't know where they went, but my tweezers are gone. So I put up a thing on my Facebook and on Instagram asking what palette everybody wanted to see me use, and everybody said to use Peach palette. Well, there was also, some people said peanut butter and jelly palette, but we're gonna do Peach. I'm just starting off with a primer I'm trying to use up. It's one I got when I worked at Sephora, so it's the Bare Minerals 5-in-1 BB eye primer thingy, and it's in the color Soft Linen. Let's bust out that sweet peach. So I zoomed in a little bit, so hopefully you guys will be able to see me a little better. We're going to start off with the Pro Smoky Shadow. It's just like a flat shader brush that's really good for packing on color. And we're going to start off with White Peach up here in the corner. Start off just putting that right below my brow. I did want to start my self-tanner routine last night, so it's kind of funny that now I'm wearing a foundation that reminds me of like self-tanner Beth. Yeah, I'm going to have to break it out now because clearly it was meant to be. And then I'm going to take Nectar. We're going to do a more green base look with this palette actually. I know everybody is like, but it's so peachy or it's so neutral, and I'm like, I don't think it's any of the above. I think it has lots of beautiful color in it. I think it's perfection for a tri-eye look. Let's do a tri-eye. Screw it. Let's do us a tri-eye. We're gonna do like peachy yellow, purple, and green. Okay, and then we're gonna use Just Peachy, which is that guy. And it doesn't have to be neat, we're going to blend it out a lot. This is not the brush I want. Ugh, the palette tastes like peaches, just a PS. I just got peach dust in my mouth. I want a different brush. Little baby girl here. It's Elizabeth Mott. This was sent to me in a swap, actually, so going back into just peachy again. Oh yeah, going on much better. You know, I remember that I don't particularly care for this primer, and this is why. I don't feel like it grabs onto shadow the same way the Too Faced Shadow Insurance and the Urban Decay Primer Potion do. So we have just peachy all over the lid, and now we're going to take Delectable, which is the purple shade out here. And that's going to be outer V. We're just going to slap that on, and then we're going to start the blending process, so it doesn't have to be nice. So I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to use Peaches and Cream as our crease color, and just start working on blending everything out. Georgia in there, yeah, it's called Georgia, is also a really pretty crease color, but something about Peaches and Cream. For the green under the eye, we're going to grab the Soho smudge brush. I think that's what this is called. I've had it for so long, and there's no name on it, so I don't remember. And we are going to start with Bless Her Heart. The dog is already bored of us. Can you hear him back there sighing dramatically? So for liner, we are going to use our Smashbox Always Sharp in 3D Billionaire. I have not been too crazy about doing a lot of dark eyeliner. I've just kind of been enjoying softer liner. And generally speaking, I usually do white on my waterline, but I don't want that because I went with a smokier look for my waterline, or my lower lid. I poked myself in the eye. I can't talk and eyeliner at the same time, sorry. What am I doing with my liner on this eye? Ugh. I'm gonna keep our mascara super duper simple. I have this one that I decided I was going to try, and I actually hate it, but now it's open and we have to use it. So with this mascara, I do always feel like I need to do several coats, but since again I'm just doing laundry, I'm not gonna bother. My battery's about to die. Hold that thought. Actually, we'll just call it there for now. I'll be back in a couple of hours with some brows, and I'll tell you how the foundation's wearing. So, I'll see you guys in a bit. Time travel time! Just bear with me through the terrible lighting here. I know it's awful. It is now 10:30. The big thing I did today was laundry and stuff, as you can see by the big old mess in the background. I would say overall this held up very, very well. I'm a little shiny in my T-zone, but nothing too bad. It's not anything that I couldn't easily blot away, but it kind of just looks like a glow. I am going to try this again and do an actual review, but first I'm going to have to get myself tanner on because as we already saw, this color is too dark for me. So if you don't want to miss that review, make sure you subscribe in the down bar below. It's right down here somewhere, I don't know. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Impression is good. This is by no means a review.